Hey, what's up, everybody? Cheers, Barrels for Hope. Welcome to January live stream. I know we missed December. We were busy with families and holidays and everything, so we have a lot of exciting news for you guys. Kim, Joe, Earl, Dusty, Josh, whole gang's here. How is everybody tonight?
Good, man.
Yeah, good.
Good.
Excellent
Okay,
here.
Fantastic.
all look amazing. You're all keeping warm. Josh, you got your power back on. That's good.
Man, yeah, we got home yesterday after being without for quite a few days, and it feels good to. I just got out of a hot shower. Man, life is good.
I think
Yeah,
you guys had more snow than we did, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, and then ice on top of it.
Right.
Yeah, the ice is what's killer. I drove 15 hours in blizzard conditions to Evernorth, so I was glad to be home. I'm over this stuff, man. We've got an awesome live stream for you guys tonight. We're talking about allocated bottles, upcoming picks. I don't know if we have too much information for you guys, new information, but maybe a little bit. Some year-end event stuff. If you guys, everybody should have their New Holland now, so we're gonna taste that tonight. So I've already poured it in my Adventure Spirits Glen here, so everybody pour that, and can't wait to hear what you think. I think it is just an absolutely amazing pick. I know we're a little rye heavy maybe this year, but some of these barrels, guys, we just can't pass on.
So,
You got to go with the best whiskey available.
right. So Lance, when I was talking about it, and even when I told you I was gonna, call Josh and we were gonna do a second barrel for the other group, you were like, I don't know about this, and we were right, wasn't it?
Yeah. This thing is one of my favorite picks we've done. It's so fantastic.
Me too. I cannot get enough of it, and the only thing that makes me sad about it, the only bad thing about it, is that there aren't more, so I can buy another one. Literally, the only negative I have.
The good thing is that Walleye Rum Barrel came back and we had just enough bottles. When we were at Evernorth this weekend and we tasted this monster pick, it came out almost to the exact number that we needed. So thank goodness, because
yeah, we gotta stop cutting it so close on some of
the I mean, yeah, and this barrel was so good that Dan begged us to have one bottle because they've never seen a Sagamore barrel proof out at Hazmat. And he's like, I've got to have one for the distillery. I was like, of course.
Imagine telling him no.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, but we'll talk. Dan and I will tell you guys all about the Evernorth pick. It was one of the best pick experiences ever. I'll put together, like the normal vlogs we do, but Dan and Sean were awesome. We went in the back hut and sat down for like 15, 20 minutes and did an interview with them just so they kind of explain I think most of but there are a lot of people who didn't even know what Evernorth was. So we thought it'd be good to just talk to them about how Bourbon Junkies got started and then how they got it to starting a distillery. And they have huge charitable hearts too. And a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people just tune in for a little bit and go, what are these two dudes just, shooting the shit with shenanigans all the time? There's actually a lot more to Sean and Dan, and it was a great experience. We had a wonderful time there. So we'll get into all that. I guess for allocations, Earl, do you have the allocation list, or you want me to go over that?
Rob got it here.
He hadn't sent in for a couple months, so we hadn't been able to update you guys. But he did send a list of like 9 or 10 in.
Yeah, I've got January's here.
Okay.
So it looks like we've got a Blanton's, a Little Book, and a Buffalo Trace.
Yep. And in December, there was Booker's 2025 4, Buffalo Trace, and Eagle Rare. In November, there's another Booker's, an Elmer T. Lee, and an Eagle Rare. And then there was a Weller Special Reserve and Blanton's. So we're actually getting a lot of Buffalo Trace stuff in the auction for this year. So as far as picks go, upcoming picks, I'm pretty sure we have locked in. I mean, we know we're doing NBC. And Josh, when are we shooting for that?
We're shooting. We'll lock a date in very soon, but probably in like that third week of March.
Okay.
The weather around here should be turning right around then. We should get some good action with the barrels and getting some people down here. It'll be good, man. We can bring a big crew. So if you've ever wanted to be on a pick before, this is a fantastic opportunity. We'll probably lock it in for, I don't know. We'll figure out the date on it, but there's no slow days here in Nashville. So any day of the week we do it will be a good day.
Yeah, 100%. That's going to be fun. I think we had like 18 or 20 on the last NBC pick, and it was a blast. So
yeah, it is a borderline party. We're not going to call it that because we want NBC to continue to be good to us, but it's basically a party.
Hey, I barely remember dropping Dan off at the airport. Dan doesn't even know that, but
I know.
All of a sudden, man, we started drinking at the Evernorth pick when I was interviewing Dan and Sean. I was good till we opened the William Heaven Hill 19, and
oh boy,
yeah, it's some point I was like, oh no, I'm too far in the weeds, man.
Sneaks up on you.
Oh man, that bottle was fantastic though. So we have locked in a second pick at Fry Ranch. I don't know, how do you say it? Fry Ranch or Fray?
Fray Ranch.
Yeah, everyone says it different, so I don't know what the real pronunciation is. But that'll be an awesome pick, especially for those of you that live on the West Coast. That'll be a place where you probably get to a little easier. We don't know a date on that yet, so we're locking that down. We've all but secured a backbone pick. We just have to reach out to them and set the time up. So Josh and Dusty have been there a lot, and we have a good relationship with them. So I imagine that'll be tasting. We'll be able to taste a ton of barrels, and much like we did at Evernorth. I think we'll find something that'll blow you guys away there too.
Yeah, if you leave Backbone without something absolutely amazing, it's your own fault.
That's right.
And then
I remember when we were there. Was it last year? I can't remember. I think it was last year. And he had, I think it was 11 different barrels pre-poured prior to us even starting to drill. It's like, oh boy, this is gonna be one of those days.
oh boy.
Buckle up.
Yeah.
And then of course we're still, I mean, we haven't really talked about it, but hopefully Joe's got his ears to the grindstone, but doing our private label near the end of the year.
I've been working with Jason on that. We have a few ideas. I'm eyeing some barrels, and I really want to try and run that like a full up barrel pick like we've done before. So my plan is to have at least 4, probably 5 barrels available, and then bring a pick team in, do the full deal, taste the barrels, and then try out some blends. And maybe if we pick a single barrel, we pick a single barrel. But if the group wants to put together a custom blend, we'll be able to do that too. And Jason will be able to guide us through doing the blend.
Nice. That'd be cool. Yeah. So then we've got 2 more picks to iron out for year 4. So we've almost got everything done through year 4. That's kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah, and it's just starting. We're actually ahead of it now, guys.
I know. Well, with all that said, I will stop talking and turn it over to Kim and let Kim tell you any year-end event news that we have. And what do you got, Kim?
Yeah, so super excited to have the year-end event in Bardstown this year. I think it'll be a lot of fun. We have a hotel block of rooms at the Fairfield. So that went out, the link in email and on Discord. But if anyone needs that information, please reach out, Kim@barrelsforhope.com. I'm working really hard to try and get ticket prices and links out there. Still have a bit more planning to do before that's done. Unfortunately, work was a lot busier this month than I had expected it to be, so I am a little behind, and I apologize for that. But we'll get it to you as soon as possible in February. I'm expecting the tickets to be somewhere between year one and year two in price, and I'm expecting the events that we have planned to be somewhere in between those 2 years as well.
Nice.
And if anyone has not been at the Fairfield in Bardstown before, it is the most epic bottle share location on the planet, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
it's pretty much notorious within our group now, I think.
Nothing quite like it.
Yep, for sure. I'm excited, man. I cannot wait. It's the best time of the year for year-end event. So hopefully everybody can make it this year. Hopefully we have a big crowd. I think it'll be a blast. You guys won't want to miss, especially in Bardstown. There'll be so much to do. Lots of people doing a lot of different things. It'll be fun.
That's going to be, I think, man, I'm trying to line it up. That's going to be a big week for us. Jason and I have been looking at actually going to some industry conferences this year. So Tales of the Cocktail in New Orleans almost like backs up to our annual event. So that whole week we might go from Tales of the Cocktail event and then right into Barrels for Hope annual event.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's
Well,
tough, man. I'm telling you, it's a tough life.
yeah. We all feel real bad for you, Joe. Well, we are also trying to get some type of Heaven Hill pick, maybe bookended, hopefully on the front end of the year-end events for people coming down, so we can get some people who may not have been on a pick on one. Either Larceny or Elijah Craig double oaked would be awesome. You know, we're working on that, so more to come on that. So if that's the case, if we get that, then we only need one more, and hopefully that's our Weller barrel. And if that's the case, we're done. Those are our picks for the year. So I'm really excited.
That's a great lineup for the year.
Yeah, that's a really good lineup. And this year's lineup has been insane. So with that, we might as well get into this walleye run pick, because this thing is one of my favorite picks we've done. It is fantastic. So
I don't have mine.
Oh no.
Oh,
We had Whiskey Wednesday last night, and I took it to the lounge, and I was sharing it, and
and you
that's
forgot?
gone.
Oh, it's gone.
No, it's not gone,
Oh.
but it ended up getting left there. Well, I think we had like 20 or 30 people at the Whiskey Lounge, and everybody brought really nice stuff to share. So it was a pretty epic night too. But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
but it was everyone absolutely loved it, and I was enjoying it last night. So
Man, it's so good. It is. I mean, when you guys said peach rings, you were not lying. That's
Right.
what it is, man.
And then with that in the back end, I was getting a little bit of that. So for me, everything New Holland does has that like yeasty beer note.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if people are familiar with their process or not, but they started as a brewery and they still kind of run the distillery that way. So the brewery actually does all of their mashing and and they send basically the wort. So they run it like a beer. So a normal distillery, you're going to cook the grains in the water, you're going to ferment on the grains, and then you're going to do your stripping run on the grain. A brewery strains all their grains off before they ferment, and they just ferment the liquid, right, the wort, and then they run that in the same way on their brewery. They send the fermented liquid over to the distillery, and then they run it through their still. So they run it very much like a brewery. And so that little bit, if you get a little bit on the back end of that like yeasty breadiness, it comes across almost like a dry pie crust or pie dough to me, and that's where I'll get out of that peach crumble, peach ring candies.
Yeah, that's cool, Joe. I didn't know that, because I mean, you do always get that same kind of yeasty note on a lot of the breweries that are distilling whiskey. Like
Right.
I get it a little bit with Hard Truth, but but not in an off-putting way. It's really, really
Right.
good.
Well, and on New Hollands, on all the ryes, this one in particular, but all the ryes, it's the same thing. It's not. It's there, and it's a nice complement to the other flavor.
Yeah. It just adds a little bit more complexity. It feels like, and it's really good.
Yeah, to me, it makes it kind of creamy feeling in a way that a lot of whiskey isn't, which is a really nice addition to the pour. And then for me, I mean, you said peach rings. Like, I just cannot get past like a Chick-fil-A peach milkshake on this thing. It is so much like that. It's like an ice creamy, peachy, beautiful thing. And then like kind of mid to back palate, I get this nice little black pepper, almost black pepper sensation and black pepper flavor, which is really nice. The way the spice comes through on the back of the palate. And then it just, man, the way this thing puts a hug on you from the inside out, it's like whatever the feeling is of covering up in a flannel blanket when it's cold out. It's like that, but it's happening on the inside of my throat.
Well, it was. I mean, you can ask Kim. It was. I mean, everybody knew. Like as soon as we tried that one, I mean, it was. There was more barrels there, and this is how crazy it was. We're there. Of course, we all want to try more barrels and more barrels, but we were enjoying that one so much. We're like, nah, you don't need to open the other barrels. Like this one's.
The texture of it is just absolutely gorgeous. I think that's one of the highlights for me. It's so creamy, like Josh said.
Did you guys when you guys were there, was it Pete that was with you?
What was that?
Was Pete was Distiller Pete, was he running the pick?
Yeah.
Pete's really cool.
Yeah,
This thing
there, man.
This thing brings me back to my childhood too, because it's like those. I don't know if anyone else gets this, but I definitely do, and I can't get it out of my head. Those little boxes of golden raisins that my mom used to make me eat. I get that on this thing so much with the peach rings. It's crazy.
Oh, I thought you were going another way with that. I thought you were sneaking rye whiskey as a kid or something.
The bourbon engineer said there's a faint hint of sherry way in the background, really faint. A 50-50 blend of this and their 100 proof origin is a peach blizzard. Yeah, maybe that sherry note is that little bit of like grapiness in the background. Whether it be the golden raisin or like like a bit more of like a regular raisin, that kind of sherried reddish purplish type of note back there.
Yep, I 100% agree with that.
And the finish is killer. It hits you with strength, but it's not overpowering, and it just rides out for so long. I want to know, on the pick team, there were people on the pick team that had never tasted New Holland whiskey before ever.
Yeah.
And when you guys cracked open that first barrel and tried it, you have to imagine minds are blown.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, even us that have had it before went to that one because we had the pick last year, and as soon as I taste it, I'm like, oh, I didn't think this was possible. This is shocking. This is better than last year's. Oh, and Josh, didn't you tell them the side by side you did because you were wondering?
Yeah, I've got. So we did a walleye run pick last year, and this was 7 years old. And obviously, the Barrels for Hope pick is 8 years old. And man, you just age in a barrel is a beautiful thing because this 7-year pick is killer, but this 8-year pick is better. Like just the age is just better. It's more complex. It's more dense. Time in the barrel, man.
Is it is it a little darker or?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little darker. It's got a little bit more body to it in comparison. I never would have thought this, but it's almost like comparing like Sprite and Coca-Cola, like our pick from last year that was just 7 years old. It has a little bit more of like that effervescence and that little, it has a little bit more, I don't know how to describe it other than like clear soda versus dark soda, like, I like Sprite and I like our pick from last year a ton. I love it. But this is just bringing just more richness, more denseness of flavors. Time in the barrel, man. This is what, like, if we ever go back, guys, sometimes we do picks in places that we've done picks before. Like we've done NBC picks before, right? But their whiskey's getting older. The whiskey they have stocks of is getting older. So, sometimes it might seem like, oh, we're doubling up on picks. I had no clue that this walleye run with just one more year was going to make this big of a difference.
Well, the other thing is they're starting to do their Origin series as picks now, and even their toasted Origin as picks now.
Yeah, we definitely need to do another pick with them. But the thing I love about this the most is just that it is so unique from anything we've done. It is just such a unique pick that I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, can I just say, like, as a bourbon guy, between this and the Still Austin this year, we had the Middle West Spirits. We've had what are some other just amazing ryes we've picked? I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
Well, remember the Hard Truth rye? I mean, that was one of the first big amazing ryes that we did.
Yeah, that Hard Truth rye. Like, guys, I hope, and then now we've got this Evernorth coming up. I hope when you guys hear that we're picking ryes, you're not like, oh man, I'm a bourbon guy. If some of these ryes aren't changing your minds, I don't know what will.
Well, it does seem like, and you guys, I mean, give me your thoughts and experience, being plugged into the industry too, is ryes in general, right? Have evolved over the last 5 years, where it seemed like 5, 6, 7 years ago, most of the ryes, you didn't have as many ryes on the market, and most of the ryes you had out there were just dilly, mint, pepper, and that's pretty much it. You didn't get a lot of flavor variants. And now with different, the focus on blending, and the the focus on blending, and then a lot more smaller distilleries with their rye starting to come to age. I mean, a lot of the craft distilleries that people used to complain about are now have 6, 7, 8 year old barrels coming online. There's so much variety in the flavor, and all the ryes that we picked, you can see that in. We had someone over the distillery yesterday. Nope, I don't like ryes. I don't want to do any ryes. Like, well, you're doing our whiskey flight. There's going to be ryes in there. And they ended up at the end of the day walking out with a bottle of rye. And they were, their minds were blown. They're like, well, this doesn't taste peppery and minty like toothpaste. Yeah, not all ryes taste like that.
Yeah.
It's to the point where I used to say I'm not a rye guy. Now I know I am a rye guy. It's just I am a bit of a bougie rye guy. I like good rye. I can drink bottom shelf bourbon, no problem. I'm not big on bottom shelf rye. But some of these ryes, I was just in here thinking I need to do a blind of all the Barrels of Hope ryes that we've picked over the years. But they're all so unique and so different. I don't have any clue how I would possibly, there's no way to rank them. You're just picking on.
That's true, and it would be really hard not to know what you're drinking because they're all so unique. And the other really cool thing about rye is I think you get so much complexity in such a shorter amount of time. With bourbon, that 5, 6 years, you're like, okay, this is pretty corny, caramel, but there's not a whole lot of complexity going on yet, and a lot of them. But with ryes, man, you hit 6 years, and there's a lot going on. Even in that Still Austin rye was what, 5? Was it 5 or 6?
I think it was 5.
I think it was just 5. Yeah.
Yeah, but that climate though, the aging is so much different. Lance, I think you're right, and I think that's why 4 or 5 years ago, you didn't really see a lot of rye. There were some, but not a lot of ryes over 5 or 6 years old, because rye does mature a lot faster in the barrel than bourbon does. But now you are seeing 6, 7, 8, 10-year-old ryes, and that exponential compounding of the complexity and the different flavors. You age out of a lot of that spice and mint, and then develop some more flavors. And I think that is partly what we're able to see now. But we're seeing it. I'm seeing it just from the big legacy distilleries too. Last month, one of our members of the Whiskey Society got a hold of one of the new foolproof Sazeracs. I don't know if you guys have had the new foolproof Saz. And then another guy brought the 2025 Thomas H. Handy. Now the Handys are younger, right, but higher proof of the BTAC. Everybody was blinding the foolproof 125 proof Saz versus the Handy, and it was 50-50. I mean, it was tough to tell which was which.
I believe it. I mean, Handy's only 6 years old, so I'm sure the Sazerac's probably 4 to 5 blend. And the biggest thing with rye is if there's one thing that I will bemoan rye for is that it's hard even with older rye to really get the barrel influence. Like they don't show a lot of the age. And one thing as I'm sipping through this glass, as I'm getting kind of to the end of it here, I'm starting to get some of that barrel on the back end on the finish. And I'm getting it when I smell the empty glass too. And I am loving that.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of ryes, Dan, you wanna say anything about our latest trip?
Yeah, let's hear the Evernorth dish it.
Well, the experience obviously at the distillery was, that was amazing. I had some pretty crazy issues with travel, but yeah, I mean, we went there and we had, I think, what was it, six different samples, laid out in front of us. And, the first 4 that we tried, they were all pretty good. I think a lot of us were kind of, pretty on par with what we liked out of the first 4. And then we dove into these last 2, and they were kind of game changing. Number 5. Just completely. Number 1, just the color difference between 5 and 6 compared to 1 through 4 was just night and day difference. I mean, you couldn't even see through the bottle. Number 1.
That's it. It's like coffee, man. It's like coffee.
Yeah, I have. Hold on. Well, do I have it over here? I'm not sure. I might have it over here somewhere. Yeah. So the color difference, number 1, was huge. But then, as you started getting into the profile, those Sagamore ryes, again, they're what are they? 52% rye or something like that, right?
Yeah, 52.
36.
Yeah. So they are truly those sweeter style ryes. It's a bourbon drinker's rye. It honestly is. It doesn't, like Joe was saying, it doesn't have those super spicy characteristics to them. That mint, that dill. There's none of that in this. There's a lot of sweet, savory kind of notes, very dense and rich. So we all really liked number 5, and then once we got to number 6. It was almost a step up from that, and it drinks all but 122 to 125 proof. But yeah, they tested it, and it was like 140 proof, and Dan was like, "Test it again," and so they tested it again, and it came back the same. So I think they let it recalibrate, and at that point we kind of went into their back room, and I think Brandon went and tested it a couple times too, just to make sure that it was consistent. But yeah, it clocked in. It clocked in at 140 proof, and it was. It's only 6 years old, and by the flavor profile and the texture, you would never guess it's 6 years old. Yeah, just and then some other things we got to kind of taste there, which I probably can't put on a record, on here at the moment, but just for the for them, but yeah, I think you guys are really gonna like this rye. To be honest with you, it's it packs some crazy flavor, and again, just the that texture and the it's dense and. Yeah, you guys are gonna love this one. This is probably one of my, I would say, my probably top 3 favorite that we've done so far. I would say I have to drink a little bit more because we did have obviously those samples beforehand. But
Yeah,
That's
it's.
saying a lot, though. That's saying a lot. Be top 3 on the picks that we've been doing.
I think it's definitely in my.
we have a lot. I think we were discussing that when we were like, yeah, this is one of the good ones, and it's like, well, you got the New Holland, and you have the the Still Austins, and I mean, there's a lot of great picks that we've done as a group. So it's tough, but I'd have to drink a little bit more to kind of compare, be trust, but it's definitely top 5. I'll tell you that right now for sure.
Yeah, it's got. I'm drinking it right now. It's got a ton of tobacco on it. It is so dark and rich. It's insane. I can't.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
When we sat down, just to back up what Dusty said. When we sat down, the first 4 pours. First barrel was Green River, which we all could pretty much taste that was Green River distillate. And they didn't tell us what we were drinking, but I can't remember what the second was. A high rye bourbon. I think the third might have been Green River also, and the fourth was they can't say, but it was New Riff mash bill. We'll just say that. And that was kind of flat. So they were all like, with the first 4 we tasted, I was like, these are all like okay, probably middle of the road picks in our lineup over 3 years. Nothing like really wowed me. Yeah, the colors. It's so insane.
Good grief.
Somebody sent me a message. It's like, did you change like the contrast on that photo? I'm like, no, it's that dark.
That's opaque. There's a white wall behind that. You can't even see it.
Yeah.
And so then we like Dan said, when we got to the 5th one, I was like, now we are talking. This is game changer stuff. And we tasted the 6th one, and Liz took one little sip and threw her hands up like she had found Jesus. It was the funniest thing. But yeah, when we went, Renee told me when we were upstairs getting ready to dump the barrel, she was downstairs with Sean and Brandon, and Sean goes, "Oh, something's wrong." And he goes, "What?" And Sean's like, "That can't be right." And he proofed it again. He's like, "This thing's hazmat." And Brandon's like, "It's not hazmat." He's like, tested it again. He's like, "This is a hazmat barrel." So I don't think they hadn't proofed it before.
Yeah.
And Liz said they had got him in kind of recently. And so he came upstairs, and that's when I was standing by Dan, and he's like, "You're not going to believe this." He goes, "That barrel's hazmat." And Dan goes, "No, it's not." And he goes, "I tested it 4 fucking times." So he's like, "We've never seen a hazmat Sagamore barrel." And then he tasted it. He's like, "Man, that thing doesn't even drink it." If it's your first drink of the night, it's a grown-up whiskey. It's going to kick you around the room. But if you've had a couple pours before it, oh my gosh, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I was, for everybody that doesn't know, I was supposed to be on this pick as well. And Nashville just got hammered with this winter storm. We lost power. It was just an absolute mess. All the flights out were canceled. There was just no getting around. So I wasn't able to make it. And let me tell you guys what, okay? I have never been more bummed to miss 2 picks than the Walleye Run pick and this pick. Man.
I know. We were bummed. We give you a shout out and bust your balls on the end of the vlog, so you have to watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. So then we tasted. After that, I mean, we all knew what that number 6 was it, but we were greedy and we were like, "What else you got, Dan?" So they brought out 12-year MGP barrels, and we tasted through a ton of stuff, and like nothing even came close. I mean, there were some really good MGP barrels they had, but we wanted something a little different. So and this thing, if we would have passed on this barrel, you guys would have killed us if you would have tasted it. It's just it's insane. We had no choice but to pick another rye when we tasted this thing.
Yeah, you can't pass that up.
No. And we didn't even know it was hazmat. So that's the other cool thing is I don't know. I know they didn't, and I was joking, but I'm kind of curious. Like, had they known it was hazmat, if they would have even had it in the barrel pick program, or if they would have
Probably.
saved it for distillery only. And Joe's like, no.
No, that would have been a distillery only. It probably would have been you. I mean, you guys were probably the first people to taste it. That mash bill, by the way, y'all, 52% rye, 43% corn, 5% malted barley. So it is so close. Like an MGP high rye bourbon, like their highest rye is 51 corn, 49 rye. So this is just, I mean, it's got a ton of corn in it. You know, I probably much like, I think our Still Austin bourbon that we picked tastes more like a rye, and I think our Still Austin rye tastes more like a bourbon. I think this is gonna, I don't know, but I'm assuming this is probably gonna be more in the vein of like the Still Austin rye, just maybe even cranked up more with the how old was it?
It's 6 years, and it is in that vein, but it's less it doesn't taste as much like a rye as the Still Austin does, I don't think. It's more tobacco, bourbonish. There's not as many like I probably am weird in this, but in the Still Austin, I get a little bit of piney notes, and there's none of that. There's no dill. There's no, I mean, none of that. It's freaking phenomenal. In fact, and it was in a Kelvin barrel, and Sean had to clear out the trap from char a couple times just to get all the bourbon to go through.
Nice.
Yeah, I know Dan was saying they just got in that lot of Sagamore stuff. So he said they're going to try to go out and buy a lot more just to compare. Because that number 5 was from the same lot, a little bit lighter in color. Obviously a little bit different in profile, but all coming from those same sets of barrels. So,
man, I feel like I literally like when we get so Emmenecker asked, was it a high yield? No, we've got just enough to get everybody one. This is one of those bottles that like, I got, very thankful to have gotten my hands on a 2025 George T. Stagg hazmat. And I know opinions are varied on it. I love the profile, but if I want another one of those and I'm willing to pay for it, I can just go buy another. I could go buy 12 of them right now if I wanted to pay for them. I'm going to get one bottle of this. We're all going to get one bottle of this. And man, like I'm going to be more precious with this than almost anything else in the house. Cause that's just crazy. A hazmat Evernorth.
Yeah. And I'm usually not a hazmat guy. Like everyone goes crazy over hazmat stuff. I'm like, I don't care as long as it tastes really good. And a lot of hazmat stuff, I just don't like to sit and drink. It's just too hot. This isn't that. I mean, I'm just sitting here drinking this thing, and it's, I better quit because I got to work tomorrow. So it's unbelievable. But it is very.
I know at one point Lance was like, I think it was at dinner. He was like, I don't even remember the interview, man. I don't even remember what I asked.
Well, so here's the funniest part, Dan. So like after we got done with the interview, I went and used the bathroom, and I came back in and I had pizza. And so I was just like eating pizza as I walked back in, and then everybody was leaving. So we were getting ready to go to dinner. We got to dinner and I was like, man, what? I'm just not hungry. It's so weird. I've been drinking. I should be starving. And then it wasn't until Renee reminded, she's like, you had pizza right before dinner. I was like, I don't even remember having pizza.
It was so funny. You're like, I'm so drunk, man. I can't feel my toes. I can't feel my toes.
Did you guys get food there at Evernorth? Did they call some stuff in?
Yeah.
Where
they
from?
got pizza and breadsticks.
Okay.
It's from something with an E. It was an Italian place. I can't remember the name. It started with an E though.
It was good.
Yeah.
They had, when we were up there, they had a sandwich shop. We got some sandwich shop stuff DoorDash in, and it was killer. I was like, dang, I didn't know they were making sandwiches this good in Michigan.
Well, from being from south of Chicago, we're pretty picky about our pizza, so I was pretty impressed with their pizza. I was like, "This is pretty."
Let's be honest too. Once you've been drinking whiskey that good for that long, everything tastes pretty good.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, we did. If you guys are up near Michigan, though, I mean, their new stuff coming out. You guys want to go get some of that if you can. It's man, they're doing some cool stuff.
I will say too, when I was just thinking about this actually kind of highlighted something for me. that I've never really thought about before. But you know, if we go to this distillery or that distillery, major legacy distilleries, and we pick barrel after barrel of the same product, like they'll be good. They'll be, maybe they'll be a little different, but within a product line, things are going to be pretty tight, and you don't tend to get to taste a ton of stuff. Like we can't just go to Heaven Hill and demand to taste 15 barrels until we find something we like. They just don't do it that way. Whereas when you're working with, some places that are like NDPs or, maybe a smaller producer like New Holland, if you go there, they want you to leave happy. And New Holland stuff is awesome, but like if we go pick a walleye run pick, again, like it's going to be another walleye run pick. Where when you go to NDPs like, NBC or Evernorth or things like that, Backbone, they get such a wide variety of barrels, different cooperages. They've been aged in different places. You get, even if you are picking this exact same thing, it's still going to taste different because over time they're just working with different products than like a single distillery would. And there's actually, I don't know that I've ever viewed that as a benefit, except for right now with Evernorth, because I've been up there before and like every single time it's been something different. It's a bourbon this time. It's a rye this time. It's MGP rye. And then now this time it's a Sagamore rye. And you just won't get that variety at a major distillery. Like you go to pick 1792 Barton stuff, it's going to be every single time. It's going to be within a window of flavors.
Yeah, that's a great point, Josh. I mean, I feel like we're more likely to get something crazy unique and out of this world at somewhere like Backbone or Evernorth. And you just don't know what barrels they've got in and what's came in. Like this lot of Sagamore had just came in. So yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, and I think back to all my favorite picks. And I mean, there definitely are some that are larger distilleries that we've done. I mean, the original ECBP picks that we did are absolutely fantastic. But when I think of my favorite Barrels for Hope picks, I'm thinking of the Walleye Run, the Still Austin Rye. I can't wait to taste this. I'm thinking of the first NBC pick that we did, the 7-year bourbon. I would throw the Four Roses in there as well. But like, I mean, the first ones that come to mind are either small distilleries or NDPs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun, man. It's fun. And us knowing some of those people helps a lot too, I think. So but
yeah, for sure.
I'm glad that, I mean, even though like the first 4 barrel picks they brought out to us were all good bourbon, it just wasn't anything that like you were like, oh, I've never had, like, this is special, So I'm glad 5 and 6 were there, and even some of the other MGP barrels they brought out were special too. They were good, but yeah, I don't think anything compared to the Sagamores that we tasted. So, and then if you see like Brandon posted a link to Barrels for Hope with our pick and Bourbon Junkies page, and you can see a lot of their fans they've tasted a lot of these Sagamore with this mash bill, and they're all about it. So a lot of people are chasing them, it seems like. So yeah, Taylor, that's for sure. That first NBC pick is the GOAT in my eyes. That thing was.
Oh yeah.
Have we had any thought on Smooth Ambler? Their first rye distillate they put out was pretty amazing to me. Enough so I bought a whole case of it.
Oh wow.
Oh, I've never had the rye.
Yeah, I've never tried it.
Yeah, I was highly impressed. And Narab had a pick team that went out there for, I think, a bourbon, and they said it was one of the best barrel pick experiences they've all ever had.
Yeah, they never got that barrel, Earl.
Oh, they did.
Earl, what was the age on that rye? Did it say?
Let me go grab it. I think it's 6 or just over 6.
Yeah. Okay.
I might be ISO a sample of that, Earl. Let's talk.
Yeah, I know the guys with A1 that went on that pick were kind of ticked because they went all the way out there. It's not a short trip, and they never got a barrel.
Pennsylvania?
I think it's West Virginia.
That sounds right.
Okay, this one was 5 years at 61.8% So this is their first rye distillate they put on the market.
Huh. Well, bring a sample to that to the packing party. Oh, we didn't talk about the packing party. You want to tell them about the packing party?
Yeah. So it's gonna be a quick turnaround on this barrel here. We're gonna get it to you here fairly quick. So next Saturday, the 7th of February, we will be shipping out the Evernorth pick. So I'm hoping to get that out as quick as possible. So
This thing is like black cherries and tobacco.
You're gonna polish that thing off so fast, Lance.
Yeah, Josh was like,
Oh
pour
my
it through the
God.
screen. Pour it through the screen.
I feel sorry for the guy that has to open this bottle next weekend because it's gonna get drained.
Oh my God, it's good.
Yeah, Joe, we're gonna have to put in an order for some more packing supplies. We're gonna have to get full-size pillows to stuff these in.
Right.
Just to make sure they get to everybody.
Yes. Yeah. We've got zero
Yeah,
extra.
we don't want to chance any breakage.
What else we got? Is that it, guys?
I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, make sure to drop them in chat real quick. We'll get to them before we get out of here. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, a lot of exciting stuff coming up. Obviously the year-end event being in Bardstown is, it's the bourbon capital of the world. Like it's crazy. It's going to be such a good time. If you've never been to Bardstown before, it is absolutely a destination. You will want to be there.
And you're going to want to come early because we're going to be working on some plans. There's so much to do there with Mammy's and the graveyard and seeing the Talbot Tavern and the museum, and there's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, Joe's basically, if you guys didn't know, runs a distillery, also basically is a tour guide of Bardstown, Kentucky, and historian.
I'm applying for dual citizenship of Kentucky.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing hanging out with Joe anywhere around Bardstown. Like the stories you will hear, the history that you will hear, it's incredible.
Yeah, that's great.
I don't think we missed any questions, did we?
I don't know.
No.
In there?
So
Nope.
just
Good,
rolling up to
good
see, but I
stuff,
don't-
guys.
All right, guys. Well, enjoy these picks coming out. I know I am. They're phenomenal. We are finishing off year 3 with a bang with this malted rye. And when was Still Austin? Was that what was before the Walleye Run?
One of the Jack Daniels.
It
Or
was
was that
Jack
before?
Daniels.
Yeah.
And then it was Still Austin, right?
And this, something like that.
This has been a heck of a year. Good grief.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, we were talking about, wrapping up year 3 picks. I was looking, and the title, Angel Star 34. We've done this 34 times.
Wow.
I know.
That's crazy.
That's crazy to think about.
It is. I need to go back and watch the first one and see how much older I look now.
There's a lot more gray here, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
We all can't age as gracefully as Earl is over there.
Yeah. I will say, yeah, I know. Earl
You
is.
can't see all the grays in here.
Yeah. Everybody was commenting on his beard. I agree. It is a nice beard.
Yep.
I will say one more thing before we go. For Liz and Patrick and Steve that all came out and helped do this pick. That's the best thing, is just getting to know you guys. It was so much fun. We had such a blast. We had to keep Liz under control, but we managed to. But it was just a blast hanging with everybody and to drink whiskey, and it was a good time. So thank you guys for helping. I know that trip was hard to make out there. We're glad you guys made it. Sorry to those that couldn't make it because of weather, and glad we had some people to step in.
Did you see what Bourbon Engineer said at 9:19?
919.
Oh, the cork stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know that's a big issue in hot weather. I don't think it'll be much of an issue right now.
Yeah, and yeah, they've got theirs. I don't know, maybe Joe knows, but there's a little. It goes down. It's sealed on pretty good, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really nervous on our private label pick with the corks on there, but I think they all made it fine. And Dan just shipped one back to me in the extreme cold. That thing was frozen
Yeah.
when it showed up at the door.
Oh, and that was Steve's first pick ever, and I was like, I go,
Good
dude,
luck. Good luck, Steve.
you are so spoiled.
Was it Matt's pick, first pick ever too?
No, he had done
No, Matt had been on one.
Okay.
he had done a Blanton's, I think it was.
So who had the Bulldog shirt on? Was that Matt or was that?
That was Matt.
That was
Yeah.
Matt. Okay. And Steve had the black shirt. Okay.
Yeah, it was a great crew. I mean, everybody. I shouldn't be amazed that everybody's so cool every time we go, but you know, you don't know people, and everybody's so cool on all these trips. It's just so much fun. So
Testament to the group, you guys. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, this is just an idea without you guys, but you actually care enough about the charity element like we do, and you love good whiskey too, and that's proving to be year in and year out a really freaking fantastic combination. So,
Yep.
yeah. So cheers, everybody. We love you guys. Can't wait to bring you more fun picks and give you more information on the year-end event coming soon. We will talk to everybody later. Cheers, guys.
See you guys.